show is sponsored by HiveMind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings and, of course, to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at hivemindcrm.io.
Hey, welcome to today's episode of the Hive With Us podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Martinez. Today I have a special land and a special guest who does land just like us. So we're gonna have a great conversation about that. I have Mr. Ray Zhang.
Zhang. Yeah, either way works.
I'm sorry. I should have asked before, and I always try and think about that before I start doing this, and sometimes I forget. But Virtual Flip Land, is that your brand that you're doing education with?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. I was starting off with how did you end up in real estate? Because I kind of fell into it. What's your story? What was your kind of path into real estate, especially land? Because I think everybody's path is completely different and creative in its own way.
Awesome. Yeah. So I actually came to the country about 10 years ago and
Really?
came to the States with $3,000. I bought my first car and I lived in the car. So, for a couple of months, basically homeless. And then I found my passion in cars. I started to flip cars, right? And, I did whatever it takes to find a home to live in. And then after a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, I started to have some money and start to park the money. Real estate is the one. I was living in Hawaii and I tried basically everything. Tried wholesaling houses. I tried virtual wholesaling houses. Basically didn't have much success at all. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try something else. And then I tried apartment investing. Right? It didn't work out either. So, it sounds easy, but it's already 6 years in real estate. And I spend at least $150,000 on tuition or the mentor fee or the programs and the direct mail, and nothing worked out for me because I couldn't do it in the mainland. And then about 4 years ago, I found land, so that really has some results from there.
Awesome. Yeah, we found. I kind of went straight into land. I did houses for a little bit, and then I went straight into land. That's kind of how it happens. But a lot of people they're really scared of land, and then once you do one good deal with it, you're like, oh man, this is amazing. Let's do more of this.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know how much money you can make from land, right? And even investors, they throw away, or sometimes they just when they get a land lead, they throw away the lead. They don't even care, right? But sometimes they can even make more money in land than houses. So,
yeah, I've done a bunch of interviews with people, and they're like, you guys do land, right? And I'm like, yeah. It's like my biggest deal has been from land, but I still do houses. I'm like,
right, that's a myth.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where okay, I understand why you're telling me this, but you didn't come to your own conclusion after that.
Yeah, it's like I know this pill can lose weight, but I don't want to eat it. So
Yeah, I'm just not gonna take it. I'm just not gonna take it.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about what type of deals you're doing, in what markets, what size acres are you looking for, and whether it's infill lots or large farm and ranch. What's your target area and target type properties?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because even in land there are a lot of different niches, right?
Yep.
And what I do mainly is I do flip infill lots.
Okay.
Where it's about 30 to 90 minutes from the major city. For example, if you're living in Texas, the major cities are Houston, Austin, and San Antonio and Dallas, right? That 4 major cities. And I don't do any business in that major cities, but 30 minutes to 90 minutes from them, and drive distance, of course.
So, people, if you listen to this podcast a lot, you hear that a lot of everybody that does land, they do within 90 minutes, and we stay away from the inner city. So it's kind of like a donut.
There you go.
It's kind of like the term we came up with it's a donut. So it's 30 minutes away from the inner city, and you have that sweet spot of 60 minutes in between that buffer zone. That is the sweet spot.
Absolutely.
What states are you doing what states are you doing the deals, the infill lots in?
I basically in 7 states right now, about 8. Texas, Colorado, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and I'm starting to look into Georgia. I have some land in California. Just started Arizona, so basically everywhere. Wherever I see there's a good market, I'll go into there. So
that's cool, man. Now I have a bunch of clients that do they do like reverse wholesaling where they'll find the buyer first. Are you doing some version of that, or are you actually buying the property and listing it?
I do a process called reverse reverse land buying, or whatever terms. So basically, is I look at the area and I see how much the price sold per acre, and then I will offer 40 to 55% of that to the entire county. Basically, whenever I send offers, if there's an offer comes back, I know they're a motivated seller because they see my letter and they saw the offer price, it's about 40 cents on the dollar, right? So, and, if they still call me back, I'll just buy them maybe. And then after negotiation, I'll buy them.
So you're doing direct mail? Is there your marketing strategy?
Direct mail with offer letter, yes.
Direct mail with offer letter. And then you said you're doing reverse wholesaling. So you find the buyer first and figure out what they're looking for?
No, I don't do that because I did that before and find out if I do that constantly, they will kind of get used to that and they always want to lowball you, right? And so what I do now is I buy the land and then I'll put it on the market, which is the MLS listing service.
Yeah, we found that's a better bang for your buck for 100% listing on MLS, because we do like a little bit of version of both. Like sometimes we'll contract and sell on the MLS, or sometimes we just text agents out that we have a property to buy or property to sell, and we kind of do a little version of that. So looking for buyers, different markets, 40 cents in the dollar. Are there a lot of deals like that out there? Is this
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And a lot of people, I really appreciate whoever teaches right now. You can offer 10 cents on the dollar. I appreciate them. I appreciate them. I respect them, right? I love them because they teach that and the people do that and their offer don't get accepted, right? So I do 40 cents at the dollar. A lot of people accept that offer instead. But I think the reason why the market shift like that, because about when you first started, it's easy, right? You can offer like 10% or 20%. But right now, the people got smart and the owners know how much their land is worth. It's probably you go get less deals if you still offer 20%.
So, what size properties are you looking for? Like 1 to 5 acres, 1 to 10 acres. What's your sweet spot?
Infill lots under 2 acres as
Under 2
what
acres.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, we're like 1 acre and above. We just did a deal that closed last week. It was a 2 acre lot. We made 80,000 on it last week.
Oh wow. Where is it?
That one was Commerce, Texas, I believe.
Kamal County?
I don't know what county it is.
Okay,
I don't even live in Texas.
Yeah, but that's an awesome deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal. No, I like land because it's just one of those things where like 100%. 3 years ago, 10 to 20 cents in the dollar, you'd get deals all day long. But now you definitely got to be up a little higher.
Mm.
Um, it's interesting. It's interesting seeing the different strategies. Yeah, we try not to mess with anything under an acre, just because um, I think we like larger stuff. We like doing larger deals, so we just don't look at anything under an acre.
Mm.
So, your marketing, listing on the MLS. Are you taking the deals down with your own capital that you kind of made over time, or you have private capital?
Yeah, right now I do it with my own money, but I started with 10,000. So my first deal I bought in Texas, I bought it for 6,000, and I sold it a couple days later for 55,000. So that's a little bit jump. And after that, I use other people's money for about 9 to 10 deals. And after I closed them, I never used any other people's money. So basically, right now I use my own. But don't get intimidated if you started, right? And there's ways that you can get a lot of funding if you really have a good deal. I mean, that money is not a problem. The problem is if you have a good deal or not, right?
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, the money is not an issue for the right deal, 100%. Um, I really want to talk about that $6,000 you flipped for 40 55. So for everybody, me and my partner, we make fun of not to make fun of people that do houses, but we make fun of people that do houses. And
Yeah, that's make fun of. Yes.
well, my partner made a post the other day. He's like, for all because he used to be a contractor before he started doing land. He used to be a contractor, so he's like, for all
Right.
you people that are doing flips, going out and carrying drywall, and make sure you estimate for the right amount of mud. I'm flipping this land deal, making more than a flip,
Sure.
with,
Yeah,
without
totally.
having without having to make a trip to Home Depot.
Yeah, and also you carry a huge amount of risk when you do land. I mean, do houses. You never know what the market is going down or not, right? And Tony Robbins shared an example. He had a friend almost hit a $1 billion net worth mark in 2007. And he said, I'm going to push this one last time, everything on the table. I'm going to buy a lot of houses. And then after this, everything, the whole package sold, I'll be a billionaire for sure, guaranteed. And Tony Robbins suggests him to take some money off the table, but he didn't do that. And then he go bankrupt. So that's how brutal it can be. Uh, if you do a lot of houses, that's you never know.
Yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea anymore.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you drink
So
coffee now.
yeah, I'm still sipping the Kool Aid.
Yeah,
Drinking the Kool Aid over here.
yeah.
Um, so like, what are you seeing now as far as like your wait time on the market? Now, I know a lot of land investors, they whenever they buy and list, they're like, I'll pick it up 10 cents in the dollar and I'll push it at 80 cents just so it moves fast. Like, are you
Mm.
listing at like full what you think it's worth, or you see overselling it, or how you like what's your days on market? Like how fast are you moving these deals, and how like what's your price range you're moving them out at?
Yeah, it definitely goes slower than about 6 months ago. 6 months ago, you put a market on the MLS, you put a deal there. You can get it sold within a week and very quick, right? But right now, you just have to buy rights and be the cheapest one in the same subdivision. So that's what I do right now. And but you gotta really be careful to put your money on any deal because you don't want to buy it too high and want to sell it too high, and you cannot right now. So it's better to buy it low. And the good thing about land is it generally appreciate over time. Even you don't sell it right now, that's fine. I mean, you're not losing anything. You're just holding it there. It's better than your stock or money in the bank, right?
We had to explain this because we still use private capital because we're doing a lot bigger deals. We had to explain it to one of our private capital. I'm like your money is just sitting there. It's not depreciating. It's not going losing in value. It's just sitting there till we sell it. And like we got a really good deal, so it's just not moving in the timeline you want, but it's just
Of
sitting.
course.
It's still valuable, 100% valuable.
True.
And it's
Yeah.
relay that across. But land is such an amazing space to be in, and I have had
Definitely.
great results with it, and seeing great results with it happen with different people doing different type strategies. Have you kind of ventured down doing any other type of land strategies, or you just kind of stuck with the info lots?
Yeah, mostly infill lots, and I'm thinking to maybe go to bigger acres, like 10, 20, because I want to have a ranch myself, right? So I'm still looking for those big land, maybe in Texas or somewhere in the North or South Carolina side. So
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about North Carolina land as far as it being a hot market.
absolutely,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
absolutely,
good things. I stay in Texas, but I've heard a lot of good things about North Carolina. A lot of good
yeah.
things.
What did you hear?
I've heard that there's a lot of movement out there, so it's easy to sell your property, and if you get a really good deal, it's gonna fly off the shelf.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good market. It's beautiful, and the house is good, and the area is good too, right? So
Yeah. So like I don't know if you mentioned it, but like what's your like turnaround time to sell these deals? Of like 60 days, 90 days? Now that the market's slowing down a little bit, what are you seeing right now as far as your days on market?
right now I see at least 30 days, and the smaller deals take less time. The bigger deals just take longer time. The small deals I went into another market by accident because one of my students said you couldn't get deals there, so I went there. And I bought 11 deals from 4 sellers. I just sold one, so I bought it for 1,800 and sold it for 6,500. So a very small deal, but it took me about 3 weeks for that one. So
Gotcha. So you said you have students. How many students do you have right now?
I have about 20 right now, and they're coaching students. I'm trying to help them to get their first deal. About 5 of them already got their first deal.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. But the others, it just in different progress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's cool. Um, so are you only doing direct mail as far as marketing wise, or is that it?
yeah, only direct mail right now.
Only direct mail. Okay, I gotcha. All right. Um, what has been what has been like your have you had like because everybody has like different like issues they're going to come up with, like what is the issue that came up like early in your land career that can help other land investors overcome faster that you kind of got hung up
Mm.
on?
I was had this belief that you can only do small deals, meaning deals under 5,000.
Hmm.
And I still have one student. I always mention him. He literally knows more than me. I mean, maybe we went on the call. I tried to teach him, and he said something I was about to say. I mean, so he knows a lot of stuff already, and but he always do small deals. I told him, hey man, you just need to go to those bigger markets, meaning the land worth a little bit more, right?
Hmm.
And don't be afraid. And he asked me, you find me a market that I have absolutely no competition, and I want my deals sold very fast, and I just I don't like competition, right? I said maybe you can find such a space on the moon, but definitely not here. So
Definitely.
so just choose a market and go. Don't be afraid and just do it in the bigger markets. I guess that's a thing that I stuck for like almost 3 years, and this year I started to do like bigger deals, and I feel good because everyone is trying to help you, right? And the realtors got involved, the title company come in, they do whatever they can to help you close the deal. Whereas on the small deals, everything you have to do yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk about that because I'm really glad you mentioned that. So on the smaller deal side, you have to do a lot of self closings, 100%, because like you might be dealing on like a $500 lot, and if you use a title company, it's going to cost you 600 on top of $100 lot.
Yeah. And maybe you cannot get a realtor super excited to sell you a $2,000 property, right? So
Yeah. So I always like bringing up this story because my first deal I did in Florida, and I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I got it for 5, I sold it for 12, and the buyer that I was talking to ended up getting an agent involved. So the agent called me and he's uh, like, do you pay buyer commissions? And I'm like, oh man, I don't want to pay buyer commissions. And I did the math, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll pay buyer commissions.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
So
that. Just make sure your buyer closes. That's all. And she's like,
yeah,
okay,
definitely.
okay. But like what in the land space, especially on the smaller deals, like it's hard for them to.
Yeah,
It
that's
really
why
doesn't.
there.
It
Yeah,
really doesn't
there's
make.
realtors. There's realtors charge a flat fee. 1,000,
Yeah,
1,500, because they know they're not gonna get a 6% out of a $2,000 deal. That's like $120, right? So they're not gonna be excited.
yeah, that's crazy. So smaller deals, you got self closings, you got no agent involved or no agent that wants to do it for. They want to do a flat fee. What's another issue you have for doing smaller deals?
Another big issue is what I called is this available disappear guys. Meaning people message you because when you do self close, you have to market those on all over the place, like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or some land website, right? And when you do that, there are people message you, is this available?
Oh, is this
And
available?
and then that's the only thing they say. I mean,
That's
they're
it.
gone after you say yes, it's available, and they're gone. I mean, whatever you say after that, they're not responding you. So that pissed me off, and I was like, what is going on? You want it, you let me know. If you don't want it, let me know too, right? And they just don't respond you. The worst case is you know that they saw the message, but they just don't want to talk to you. Right.
Oh man, yeah, left on red. It's
Right.
painful.
It is. So yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Um, it Facebook Marketplace is such a interesting, but yeah, definitely low end buyers. You're gonna get left unavailable all the time.
Definitely.
Definitely. You said, "Is this available?" That was good. That
Yeah.
was good. I hate it too. I hate that part. That is this available? But it
Yeah.
happens. It happens if you do enough deals. It's gonna happen more than not happen.
Yeah.
So,
So
what's your deal flow now? Are you trying to do since you're doing like medium sized deals? You do like 5, 10 deals a month type deal?
I try to stay there, and this month is very slow. I only closed two last month. Sorry.
Yeah,
This month
one.
I have another one scheduled. So it's very slow, but I have been buying like crazy. I just store them, I guess. Every day I try to buy one, and today and tomorrow I'm gonna buy one, and this week I already bought one. So I try to buy as many as I can. Sometimes it's just a small deal because in the same subdivision there's small deals, right? You
Yeah,
can avoid it, but I buy them for like a couple thousand. I can sell for 20, not too bad. Um, but I had to do whatever I can.
it's just building. So, how many properties do you own right now? Since it seems like you're trying to buy a lot.
Yeah, I only own about 20, something like that. Not
Okay,
too much. Yeah,
so
20
you got you got
lots. Yeah.
you got 20 lots listed right now.
No, I have 10 listed, but I have 20 that I never listed. I just keep it myself.
Oh, you're just
Yeah.
waiting for opportunity. One thing that's
Yeah.
cool about land is if you buy in the upcoming area, just sitting on it is it's a strategy.
Yeah.
Just
I
sitting
bought
there.
a I bought a land in Oklahoma 2 years ago. I for $2,000. By then, it was worth 4,000. So I completely forgot about it. And recently, I started to dig Oklahoma County City, and then I searched my name, and this property jumped up, and I was like, "Oh, I have a property there." And then I put it on the market. After a few days, we sold it for 13,000. So that's when I tell people, land business is good in nature. You know, try to sell like clothes, right? The clothes you wear. If you don't sell this year, next year is out of fashion. Maybe you can use that for napkins, but nobody's gonna buy that one, right? So,
It's not a bad return on investment from 2 to 13,000. It's not bad.
right,
No, I think it's really cool because there's a lot of people out there. Like most of the landowners we talk to, they're just sitting on it. They inherit it. They passed down to them. They bought it cash and never did anything with it. So it's just there.
absolutely.
One of the things like I like about land is it doesn't cash flow.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can make it so some people sell on terms, right? You
Yeah,
buy it for a couple thousand and sell on terms, and you collect a couple hundred per month for cash flow. There are people doing that, but I don't like it. So
you don't like it?
no,
Have you
yeah.
done it? Well, what was your experience with seller financing?
That's when I first started. I paid a guy 70,000 my first year to just learn that. I didn't know I was learning that. If I knew, I wouldn't pay him. So, but I did. So he taught me about how to do term steel, and that's when I saw a lot of is this available guys, and I absolutely hate it. So I was like, oh my gosh, I spent a lot of money on this thing. What do I do? I need to get my money back, right?
Uh huh.
So instead of asking a refund, I do something a little bit creative. I was like, there's a lot of people doing terms deals. They try to sell on terms, but there's one issue. They do not have enough land themselves. So can I do something about that? So I mailed the entire county they want to buy at, and mailed to those landowners who own land more than 5 lots at the same time,
Yeah.
and I approached them. I tried to buy their whole portfolio, and I hit a jackpot where this guy has 100. No, he has about 300 lots in the same subdivision. So
Okay.
I bought 150 of them, and I sold everything to those term investor guys in 4 months. So I got my money back and more. That deal, 150 parcels, probably I net about 240,000. So
Wow.
yeah,
So it didn't turn out so bad.
yeah, not bad at all. And at least I get rid of those is this available guys. So
That's funny, man.
yeah,
What is a quote that is yours or somebody else's that you resonate with?
a code.
Yeah, a quote.
Um, there are a lot of them. I think the one that really helped me throughout the journey is believe and receive, right? And it's very very simple. It's just 2 words, but if you think about it, what I understand from that sentence is uh, there are three type of people, right? And the first type is people that are always complaining, right? They're complaining about the environment, everything they're experiencing, right? And there's people, if you go a little bit level up, there's people are very grateful, and they're grateful for what they have. They're grateful for everything good in their life. And what I see from the most successful people, they are grateful for things in advance. Imagine, for example, if you want $1 million business, right? And because you haven't got there, but the successful people are grateful for the $1 million business before they had that business.
Hmm.
So they're like being grateful for what the things in the future. So I think that's really the mindset I'm trying to hold right now. And I was grateful for being on your show, and here we go. Right? I
Yeah.
haven't. Uh,
So, where do you? how do you think you're going to handle the recession as far as land? Because I know you might have to like pivot, maybe ask a little bit deeper pricing. Like, what's your new strategy coming into a
Mm.
down market, especially with you in land?
Yeah. So I share with my students that our method is recession proof, because basically, if there's a recession, uh, if there's buy and sell activities in our area, we only offer 40 to 50% on the sold price within the 3 month period. So if it is go out of 3 months, we don't even look at it. If there is a subdivision that have no sold within the last 3 months, we do not even go to that subdivision.
Oh,
So
that's
we
that's
all,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
we only go to those subdivisions that have data support. We will be successful there. So if there's a recession, the price, of course, the sold price will be much lower, but our offer price will be much lower too. And on top of that, our second layer of safety is negotiation. For example, I bought a land for 1,000 recently, and that land I sent the offer for 13,000, and that land is worth about 25 grand. So after the call comes in, we always negotiate, no matter that deal is super hot deal or not super hot deal. We always negotiate on top of the offer letter. So as long as you get the deal like super cheap, you're pretty safe of any type of recession. I mean, if you look at the history, what's the worst recession, right? And the
Mm.
house market maybe down 30%. That's about it, right? So 50%, is that enough? Okay, yeah, even 50%. I already offer 50%, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're pretty safe there. It's good.
You buy deep enough that your margins won't even be affected as far as your
Yeah,
profitability wise if you buy
yeah.
deep enough. No, that's 100% true. 100% true. I love the land game. If there's somebody on the fence of not getting in the land game, what would you say?
I don't know. I mean, what are you waiting for, man? So,
Okay, great answer. Great
well,
answer.
I mean, is there a better one? I mean, there is no better game. I mean, I tell people all the time, if you cannot get a land deal, just forget about houses, right? You're not gonna make it. If you have done a house deal, land is like a piece of cake, right? So, why not? I mean, you want to choose the harder game? Go ahead. That's a house or apartments, right? And there's the one easy, and you can make a lot of money, and you choose the harder one. I don't understand. So,
For
right?
everybody listening,
Yeah.
go join the land game. Where can people find you online? Where can people go if they're interested about your education platform?
Yeah, I have an Instagram account. My account is called Virtual Flip Land, VIRTUAL. So Virtual Flip Land. That's where I am most. Yeah.
And then you have your land flip, North Carolina.
No, Land
Land flip
Flip.
Inc.
Yeah, yeah. It's still building. So
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the skip trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.onelistguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
not yet. Yeah.
Virtual flip land on Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
Instagram. Well, if no, I already asked that question. Man, this is such a good interview. I like hearing different strategies because there is a even in the land space, you got infill lots, you got large acreage, you got entitlements, you got subdivides. There's all these different type of strategies, even owner financing that come in with the land space. So it's kind of cool having different conversations with different types of investors all over the world, all over the United States, that are doing different type of strategies. So it's kind of cool and interesting. I appreciate your time, and thanks for coming on, Ray.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching this YouTube video. We hope you found value. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to watch more videos just like this one.